Okay, so now it is August 16th of 2025. This is what Andre and I rescued from the garbage can. Okay? And he ate, I ate, and they're fine. Okay? There was no need to throw them out. Now, if you look at the okay, if you look, it says, right, Shin Ramen here, because it was packaged in February of 2021. You can see what they've done. They have this here, but on this one they don't. But it's the same grammage, right? 4 times whatever it is, 480, where this is 120. So, and they were coming in packs of 4. Look at the price. $6.11 for one pack of 4 of these. And they had quite a few of them out in the garbage. And I had quite a few of them downstairs, which more than likely are not there anymore. Like, it's pathetic. Okay, so I'm going to add one for now. And then they have another one. I don't know why it's even more money, but it is. It's almost the same product. Okay, so we'll just go back. And I've seen it here. Yeah. Okay, well, the grammage is a bit more. It's the same kind of product. But this one's 9, and these are coming in with tariffs now, so obviously the price has gone up. Right? So, Shin Ramen, yeah, with beef bone broth. Okay. Alright. And so it's 520 grams. Premium noodle soup, spicy pot, something, flavor, black. I don't know. It says black. Anyway, that's $9.20 with beef. And Andre is insisting that there's little bits of beef in this. To which, he might be right, but I can't read the back of the packaging. So, I don't know. So this is with, okay, so I always like to, when I'm shopping and I can get a hold of the ingredients, right? Oh, 550 calories. Wow. Per one bag. That's a lot. Really. But it probably has, I don't know what the sodium would be on it. Sodium. Oh yeah, look at the sodium. That's very high. Oops, there goes my... And then we've got all this stuff in there. Look at all that. That stuff isn't necessarily good for you. I'm just saying. Tree nuts. It may contain. Milk, egg. Or is it in there? Peanut something. I don't know. May contain. Powdered contains wheat, soya. Manufactured in a facility, so it may have trace elements of. So we've got kelp extract, soya sauce, soya wheat, salt, and then riboflavin color. All right, okay, yada yada, mushrooms. Oh my God, all kinds of stuff in there. Look at that. So it's not necessarily nutritional, I would think. But let's see what they got for nutrition. Calcium 13%, iron 14%. That's about it. Enjoy a warm, satisfying bowl of. Okay. And then beef bone extract. So the first one, enriched wheat flour, palm oil, potato starch, modified potato starch, beef bone extract, sugars. And then, of course, they've got their dextrose, corn syrup, salt, this other one, maltodextrin, dried flaked garlic, mushroom, green onions, red chili peppers, Napa cabbage, yeast extract, radish extract, calcium phosphate, hydrated soya protein, hydrolyzed corn protein, red chili peppers, natural flavors, soya bean sprouts, extract, monosodium glutamate, or monoglutamate, garlic, potassium, just, okay, so because the preservatives, right? And then you're getting now into all your, I would think, different preservatives, okay? And yeah. So anyway, how much is this one? $9.49. And you get just a little more. How many packs does it say? I don't know. All I know is my food's being thrown out, and I don't think it's fair. No, because if anyone's going to throw it out, it should be me. Right? As if I'd keep food around the house if it was no good for any length of time. Like, come on, grab a bloody brain. Spicy chicken club pack. What's that? A low stock. What is that? Oh, those are Mr. Noodles. Okay. And then the other one that we just looked at, that was without the beef broth built right into it. Where did it go? I don't see it. Oh my lord. Right there. For $6.11. It just burns my goat. You don't even know. So let's see what the nutritional value is on this in terms of calorie count and sodium count. Calorie count, 510. Okay. So that's coming in from the noodles, I suppose, because it's not coming in with the spices. And then you've got the sodium, which is a little not as bad as the other one, but you still got a long list of all this other stuff, and there's nothing in here to suggest that there's beets, because they got the enriched wheat flour, potato starch, plant palm oil, modified potato starch, salt, dried flake, bok choy, mushrooms, carrots, dextrose, green onion, red chili, yada yada yada, and it just keeps on going. You can see what's going on there. So technically I don't really like to buy these things too often, too much. So I don't know. I just know that they had no right to throw out my food. Okay, so the one that is a little cheaper for $6.11, they also have beef bone extract. I'm still looking, right? Right? You can see that, right? Okay. And you know, it's like, I'm looking to see if they have egg in this. Like, where are they getting all those calories from? Because it's sure in hell not coming in from freaking spices, that's for sure. Powdered contains wheat, soya. Okay. Manufactured in a facility that also processes milk, eggs, fish, crustaceans, and okay, so it, you know, they just list that to let you know in case you were allergic to eggs or something, or crustaceans like oysters and clams and that kind of stuff, right? You know, but this stuff, it does, though. It holds up really good in long-term food storage for what it's worth. I'm just saying, for what it's worth. You know, as long as it's in a cool, dark place, I suppose, like Auntie Shemay's room, which has been fairly cold over the years, right? Even in the summertime, that room is quite cool. Obviously colder in the winter, and as long as there's no moisture getting into the packages, they hold up really well. So in that situation, and here we've got iron, 19%, and the calcium, and you know, you could dilute the sodium by taking that and turning it into a meal of 4 with a bunch of vegetables and yada 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 yada, and you certainly wouldn't have to use any extra spices to spice it up, right? So maybe I'll get a couple of packs here. Oh, it's a big shop. I'm like, oh, you don't even know. You don't even know. Just to replace what was thrown out. Not that I want to replace it, but on the other hand, I don't appreciate my shit going in the garbage. Look at the total on that bill. What do you think about that? Hold on a minute. Okay, so now I'm looking on Walmart here. See what they're charging for fiery, spicy beef for 4 of them, right? At 125 grams for 4 is $10.97. We don't need that. And then, I don't know what else they got here down here. I didn't look that far down, but up here, for the one that's the fancy one, that they're selling for $9 and some odd cents at Canadian Superstore, they're selling them for, where are they? They're right here, these ones, right? With the, and it boasts the beef bone broth, okay? For $12.17 versus $9 and what was it, 77 cents or something? But then over here, I don't know, it seems, I don't know. Here it's, okay, the ramen, right, single pack, 120 grams times 10, it says $13.94, so I'm going to add that and see if that's even true. Because sometimes these things on Walmart are not priced properly. But here, instead of, what was it, $7 and, what was it on Canadian Superstore? So we've got the $9.49 for the one with the beef, right? Okay, broth. And then the other one was $6.11, I think it was. $6.11. Yeah, $6.11. So if I get 5 packs, I'm looking at $30. And you can say that's what they threw out more than 5 of those times 4, okay? I had a big ass freaking box of them downstairs, people. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. So it's cheaper to buy it at Canadian Superstore at this point compared to Walmart, right? And where's Walmart? Now, so here they want $6.47, so I'm going to go with the $6.11. And I will, just for the sake of it, buy this one for $13.94. And I'll buy a few more things so I can get a delivery just to see if we get them. And if we get them, they can go downstairs, and everybody downstairs can get up in arms, and they'll be like, damn, didn't we just throw out 15 bags of times 4 of that stuff, and all of a sudden it's back in the bloody storage room in the pantry? Like, doesn't that woman learn that it's just a matter of time before we chuck it out? And you know, like, grab yourself a bloody brain, man. Like, seriously. I told Andre, now that I've read, like, you know, the nutrient value and all that, and the sodium count on it, I said, you're not going to, what is that called? You're not going to, because he cooked me up one of these. And I ate it all. That's a lot of sodium. And I even slurped up on this spicy noodle broth. And so did he. But I said, the next time we open up like this, we're going to cook it up. And we're going to make a meal of it so that either we divide it in half and half and give a little bit to Amari. Might have to rinse off the spice, though, because there's no way he'd eat it spicy, right? So, but you could rinse off the noodles and... right? We're going to cook some vegetables and some meat. And, well, I'll bring out those beautiful... I've been thinking about my cast iron things that I bought, and I haven't had a chance to use them. I'm going to maybe bring one out today and see. I don't know yet. But yeah, no more eating these on your own, Andre. They have to be made with a full... to dilute the salt and spread it out, right? Yeah, that's just way too much salt. But we don't eat that stuff very often. And the Mr. Noodles, you know, when Rhea, the smash and grab thief, stole my stuff, my food, you know what that bitch did? I went off and I spent $40 on Mr. Noodle. It was 40 or 50 bucks. Maybe 60. Because that's how I like to shop, right? And they were on sale, so I stocked up. And I had a big grocery bag full of them. She walked off, Andre and I. Andre, where's those Mr. Noodle now? Where's those Mr. We've been looking for those Mr. Noodles for months. They're gone. She walked off with the whole freaking bag. And then I've got Tamika Dixon Johnson, a.k.a. Julian Johnson's the one that murdered my daughter, Shimei Chorney, stalking me on YouTube with her, I don't know what she opened up herself a new little page, because that's what she likes, is her multiple pages with different personas, right? And she even stalking me on TikTok too now. Oh yeah, she opened up a brand new account so she could post something. Andre deleted the comment, bitch. There you go. Okay, you're not going to get very far with it. And when I die, guess who's going to be managing my website for me? My social media site. So if you come in and you start with your nonsense after I'm dead, Andre's going to block you, ban you, and delete you as fast as I do it. But now he's doing it because he deleted you on TikTok. Because you opened up 3 days ago at the same time when you came in and you made a stupid comment on YouTube. I don't remember the video, and I read it, and you're bragging on about how you're married and you got your little job with your nails, doing your little, doing people's, but you know what? You're also on, what is that called? Backpage or OnlyFans, doing a double dip on it, checking in on there on a regular basis, looking for those suckers to watch you, do whatever you do to yourself for money. So don't talk to me about you're married with your little side nail thing, and as you're stalking my channel. And when you're in town, if you're living up still in Alberta, but you come out here to visit your mommy or your girlfriends, or maybe you're living out here, for all I know, I don't give a shit. I know you're stalking my yard, just like you're stalking TikTok now, and just like you're still stalking YouTube, and yeah. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, and she says, oh well, you just want to hang out with just your family and keep everybody under lock and key and fighting with Tisha's friend. No. What I did for Rhea, I was the only one who would babysit her kids. Okay? After that, after what she did to me, she had to go find herself a new babysitter. That girl was calling me up every week, every 2 weeks. She was getting real comfortable with dropping off her kids here. Okay? I did that for a couple of years for her, ever since she had that baby. The one that has issues with whatever. Okay? So, no, I wasn't fighting with her. I asked her for help. I was giving her things. I've been giving her things for years. And what did she do? She walked off with a whole bag of freaking Mr. Noodles that cost me $60 freaking on sale. And that's the only way that bitch could feed her kids, was by stealing my food. Well, I've got people downstairs throwing out food. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, let me come into your house and just start grabbing your shit and throw it outside, and then come talk to me and see how you react to that. Yeah, exactly. And as for your little wifey freaking whatever fantasy land that you live in, yeah, well, start popping out some kids and go be a mommy for a while, and maybe you'll just get on with your life and grow up for once in your life, basically. Yeah, but don't worry, Andre's got my back after I'm gone. So if you think you can do whatever you gotta do after I'm gone, because I ain't there to put your ass in check, no, you'll be blocked as fast as you're blocked now. Cowering little bitch. You gotta stalk people years and years and years after the fact. That shows you how sick you are. And that's why my daughter is dead now. And yeah, you did. You helped your brother to kill my daughter. And that's just a fact, because I figured it out. Her cigarettes were laced at your mummy's house. And I doubt it was your mother who did it. The only other person that would have been around would have been you. Yeah. Because Julian didn't show up until the day he killed her. He was nowhere to be found. Only one place her cigarettes got laced. And that was at your mother's house, Tamika. When you were there. You probably, can I have a smoke, picked up the pack, walked off, sprayed it with your mother's medical fentanyl. Or sprinkled, or you did something. You definitely did something. You conspired with your brother to kill my daughter. And that's why you can't get on with your life, because it eats away at you. Yeah. And you have this morbid freaking, I don't know, idea of what? What do you hope to gain from it? Nothing. You're going to gain nothing. Everybody knows what you did. Everybody knows what you're doing and what you continue to do. Yeah. So anyway, back to what I'm doing here. So now that I'm going to make a little order on Walmart just to see, to stock up on those noodles. I'd be very curious to see what I get for $13.37. Because sometimes you go to the cart and when you go to checkout, all of a sudden they want $200. I don't think so. No. It's still coming in at $13.94. So maybe they're old. Maybe they're up to due date. Ooh, that's scary. And here's another thing. I'm talking video. We like, Andre likes it, I like it, Amari likes it. Campbell's vegetable soup, okay? And look with the tariffs now, how much it is. $18.38, okay? Right now they're on $11.99. Technically, for as much as we like to eat it up here, I should buy 4 of them. Because I'll tell you why. My son eats them downstairs. He goes, right? And every now and then he'll just take, and it's there. So, you know, like, or maybe they're throwing them out. But I know for a fact that he'll just, if he thinks it's lots or whatever, he'll take and he'll eat it. And I should have some of that in Tisha's room. But again, I haven't been down there for a very, very long time. And the way it is looking right now, things have been moved. Definitely, things have probably been taken out. Like, that's not the way I left it downstairs, people. It's not. I left it organized. Yeah, basically. I added a couple of extra things in there, but I sure now didn't scatter nothing around. And I know there should be vegetable soup down there, but I'm going to be going down there soon working. So I'll keep one up for now until, well, I don't even need, well, I may open or not, either or. I'm taking those ones downstairs and I'm going to see what I have downstairs, because I should have those downstairs more than one case. And if you're paying $18.38 now per case, well, if they're not throwing out the food, they're eating the food, the ones that they like to eat. The ones they don't like, they throw out if they think they can do it. Somebody's moving something down there from Shmei's room. It's going lower and lower, and I don't know where. I won't know until I get in there, and even then, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the game. Keep her out so she forgets, so they can accuse me that I don't know what I have when I call them on it, or whatever. I'm just showing you, like, it's not a game. So, you know, I'm going to get 4 right now because I don't want to pay $18.38 for a case of Campbell vegetable soup simply because we like it and that's something that's a good go-between, right? versus $12 a case. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair that I should have to replenish my food as it's either being eaten by them, and I don't think I get a thanks for it, because I don't recall anyone ever saying thank you to me, except for the odd time my son would say thank you if I gave him a bag of rice. Or they're throwing it out, which is bullshit. Total bloody bullshit. Total bloody bullshit. So now I'm on Walmart looking for things on sale for rollback. But there's nothing here that I really see that I want. Well, there's nothing here that I see that I want. At this point. Because I'm pretty much getting it from Canadian Superstore. And I went to T&T yesterday. Not T&T, Lucky's. I thought maybe I'd get some better deals there. But, no. Vegetables and fruit just as expensive as anywhere else when you buy online. And meat pretty much just as expensive. Oh, I bought duck eggs. Duck eggs. And I got some more quail eggs for Amari. I got some more quail eggs for Amari. But I bought duck eggs this time. They cost me $12 for, I don't know how many. I'll show you. And a lot more nutrients in them. More protein. Yeah. And they have all the B vitamins that you need, right? And a whole lot of other things. They're really high in nutrients. So for that, I'm glad I went to Lucky's, because that's the only place I could possibly find that type of thing, right? Unless maybe I went to T&T, but Lucky's was a little closer. I did the bank thing yesterday. So I started the process. And now it's Riley's turn. And then after that, it will be James. And then Tisha. Yeah. So anyway, let me just see if there's anything else in here that I might... Well, I have to buy at least $35 to get that other stuff delivered to me. So maybe I don't need honey. So I don't need to buy honey. I'm always looking for those deals. Hold on a minute. You know, since I talked about the bouillon in these little carton things, right? I bought a whole bunch of these a while back too, right? Different kinds. And other tea bags that were on sale, yada yada. Now I was going to vacuum seal the tea bags that were in the boxes, but in light of what I just went through with the bouillon, right, in those little, you know, whatever, I'm going to take them all out and I'm going to vacuum seal them. How I'm going to do them is I like to put, before I vacuum seal, I mean, if it's going in the freezer, then obviously I just put whatever the product is, the chicken or whatever, into the plastic bag. I vacuum seal and it goes in the freezer. But if I'm like vacuum sealing, you know, beans or wheat or that kind of stuff, any kind of dry goods, I like to put them in clean lunch bags, brand new lunch bags first, right? And then put them into the plastic, then vacuum seal. And I find that works really, really good, right?
Milk, okay?
Yeah. So when I do the bouillons, I'm also going to grab up all the teas, because that's when I bring out the vacuum sealer. And I'll just go through the whole, right? And I'm going to put these little tea things that I've gotten these things into brown paper bags. And then I'm going to vacuum seal them and get them out of these containers as well. Plus, it's a safe space saver too. So I just wanted to point that out, right? Something else for you to think about if you like to do food prep, because you're just a nice little wifey. You know how it goes, right? Now, that's a crazy price. $3.47 for that. I have a fair amount of those cans that I bought back in the day. They're upstairs. I don't think I have any downstairs. Maybe one or two, but I didn't pay that price, though, for them. I can tell you that right now. That's a lot of money for a can of food. I'm looking to see if there's anything in here that I want, and there isn't. You know, like, I avoid the great values, and once in a while I'll buy one or two or a no-name, but for the most part, Yeah, and then of course the chunky soup. Look at the chunky soup's gone up $3.48. When they have them on sale, sometimes they have them on sale for what, $2.50 a can, right? But that's only just for like backup, you know. And even then, like I find that they don't have very much taste anymore. Not that I ever ate them a lot before, but you know, for what it's worth. It's like even a can of just Heinz beans is like $2 a can, $1.97. So anyway, I think if I do a $35 order on Walmart, because there's nothing I need, and then what little bit I am buying on Canadian Superstore, yeah, I'm buying more jars because the plums are coming, and I'm debating whether I should get another 25 pounds of blueberries, seriously. And honestly, I kind of want to do that because I just want to cook them up and jar them up. And then over the winter, you know, I have juice downstairs, assuming that nobody is throwing it out. You know, the big ones, or the cranberries with the blueberry mixed in or whatever. They're in Tisha's room, and they better not be throwing them out, man, because I'll be so freaking mad. Oh, I'll be so mad because that stuff is expensive. It's like almost $5. You're lucky to get it $4 on sale. Yeah, $3.97 on sale. And that was like last year. But I'm thinking, you know, once we get downstairs and we do what we do, we're going to start using. I told Andre, you know, I don't want to buy no more cranberry juice with, you know, blue mixed in with blueberries or however, right? Because I want to use up what's in Tisha's room first. And if there's anything left over in Shmei's room as well as my room, right? Before I buy that quote-unquote product again. And even then, I'd only be trying to buy it when it's on sale. All right? But I have dehydrated golden berries from back in the day in jars. I have dehydrated mulberries dehydrated in jars. And I think that if I can the blueberries after I cook them up and just put them in a jar and can them as is, I figure I can open up the jar, put it into a pot, throw some water in there, throw some mulberries in there, simmer it to get the juices to release from everything, basically, and then cool it, obviously, and then run it through a cheesecloth, squeeze it out real good to get the juice. And there's some juice, right? And just add a little sugar to it if it needs it, or whatever, right? I got different types of sugars, right? And then the pulp, I can add it into home-baked goods, like a banana cake. If you mixed the pulp after the juice has been, you know, a quarter cup or whatever into a banana cake, you wouldn't even know, right? I could throw in a tablespoon at a time into Amari's food just for that extra fiber, and I can even go as far as dehydrate it after the fact and still use it here and there in between. And I'm looking to ways to save money on quote-unquote juice, right? Because it can get expensive because, you know, Amari drinks a lot of juice. Well, we give him juice every day. He gets cranberry juice of some sorts every day, or plum juice, or both. Plus he gets his milk, and then now he gets his little Pediasures. But every day he gets juice of some sort. Yeah. Andre, do you drink prune juice sometimes?
If I'm like really thirsty. Yeah.
What about the cranberry juice?
Oh yeah, I drink that all the time.
Oh, there you go. Andre drinks the cranberry juice all the time. And sometimes if he's really thirsty, he'll drink the prune juice. Right? So I go through a lot of milk and a lot of juice and a lot of eggs. Yeah. And a lot of whipping cream. Yeah, it keeps me buying. But what am I buying at Canadian Superstore that's so expensive? Let's go take a boo. Because this is an expensive order. $522. Holy crumb. What am I thinking? Seriously. What am I thinking? Okay, let's run through the list. A bag of avocados, $5. It's hard to ripen them. My house is so hot. And I just got back from Lucky's yesterday with Tisha when I went to the bank. And I spent $180 there. Duh. But for what it's worth, in terms of, I thought I'd get a better deal there. And after it was all said and done, and I got the bill, and I'm like, okay. And I got 3 bags. That was it. And most of it was like mandarin oranges, a papaya for Amari, a couple of mangoes for Amari, some grapes, which Amari's been eating, a red onion, 1, I think, and 1 yellow onion. Well, I had 1 white onion for sure. Some ginger. I bypassed on the sweet potato. It was way too much per pound. I bought some extra carrots because they were cheaper, in my opinion, than what I've been buying at Canadian Superstore. But so a handful of those, jumbo carrots, whatever. I did buy halibut steak, which was probably kind of expensive. I bought pig's feet to make studnats, which is a Ukrainian jelly that you stew with the, right? You have to stew the bones with the, right? The little bones, eh? And you stew it with the rosemary and a little bit of a bay leaf so that after with the fat, right? And you cut it and then you gel it. I bought that for Amari and me because Andre won't eat it, but it will be good for Amari, right? Obviously, I bought duck eggs, which was $12. I bought another fresh pack of quail eggs, which was, I don't know, $6 or $7, and they're really tiny. And a carton of eggs, because I'm always going through eggs in this house. What else did I buy? I bought these cheese bread things just because it was simple and easy to make just a quick sandwich at home when I got home. A little packet of bologna, which was nothing. I said, Tisha, go get some lunch meat, like luncheon meats, right? Deli meats. She said they didn't really have a selection, so she came with this little pack of something. I said, that's not enough. And then she said, well, you want bologna? I said, okay. So I don't know. I bought that. It was nothing, really. Like, it doesn't even stand out in my head. And it came up to $180, and it was only 3 bags. That was stupid. So, I think we're just going to be buying duck eggs there. Yeah, maybe. I can send Andre to go get the duck eggs, because I think duck eggs are going to become a staple in this house. Especially with Amari. And then they wanted $2.50 per kiwi. I said, no. A guy was standing there. He says, don't buy them. Go to a Canadian Superstore, or Costco's, or even Walmart for that matter. So I'm getting 8 kiwi for $1 each. And that's basically for Amari. For the bowels, right? And then because if you spend $100 on baby goods, home goods, beauty goods, toys, and that kind of crap, right? You get $25 back. So that's $25 in PC points. Because I used up all my PC points. I got like 2 free grocery shops out of it. So I was really happy with that, but I depleted my PC points, so I have to bring them back up. So they have these pens, which I rely on a lot because of my eyes, right? So I hope they're the right tip. So I'm picking up some pens there for $6.96, and Andre likes them as well. And then it's 2 lemons for $1.98, 1 purple yam, because I got a few yam here, but I just want 1 fresh one, so that's $4 for 1 purple yam. Yeah. And then more pens Band-Aids. Flexible fabric Band-Aids. Assorted sizes, 2 boxes for $10, $11, okay? And then retractable ball pens, $4. So pens, right? Fine point permanent markers, okay, another $3.50. And then more of them felts for $8.50, because that includes if you buy within that $100, those types of products that qualify, right, to get back that 25. That's what I'm doing. And plus I use them a lot, and Andre likes, he likes these ones. Either or. And then I'm gonna try and get this little pour over coffee maker for $30, because that's an appliance, right? Because, you know, I'm always drinking coffee, and I need the coffee grinds for fertilizer for certain plants, right? And I drink instant coffee. But I didn't want a 12-cup coffee maker that I have to drink coffee. Ugh. Right? Actually, last couple of days I haven't even hardly been drinking coffee. Anyway, that's only $30, so I thought that was reasonable. And then, of course, you know, Amari only likes a certain kind of nipple. So there's 3 to a box. It's $5 a box, right? And of course, you know, after a while, he either chews the crap out of them, or you know, you have to change them. So I go through these quite regularly, and being that, you know, they qualify for that baby item thing, I'm going to buy 5 boxes there at $25, right? Stainless steel measuring cups. So I'm going to get that for myself, $22. And I like the 1 cup when I'm cooking with hot foods and I'm canning, because then it doesn't melt, right? And I have 1, but I don't have a whole set, so I thought that would be nice to have. And plus, that's, you know, I have to meet that $100 threshold. And then a basket for $12, because, you know, I would like to put my onions in a paper bag, or my potatoes or something. Anyway, I'm getting this basket. It's a home thing. We need can openers, so I'm going to get a can opener for $25, get another can opener for $20, and another can opener, yeah, for $8. So we have 3 new can openers. I'll put 1 away, because ours are getting old and we're down to 1. And I don't know how they cut. I don't know if they cut like the standard way, or if they cut where they take off the whole lid and you're left with the metal where, you know, you can slice your finger. So anyway, I'm getting 3 of those, and I don't have to worry about it for a very, very, very long time. They got Tocanio flavored, which I like, Spam on sale, but you're only a limit of 4. And on sale they're at $4.49. Regular $4.99. So on sale I get it for $18. Wow. And then fresh sockeye salmon. Now I did buy salmon, and because of what happened with downstairs, and you know, just I crashed, right? You know, I never did can it. Okay. And I ended up giving 1 sockeye salmon to next door to the Africans, and a cabbage, because I was going to give the cabbage to my son downstairs, and a bag of potatoes, because I bought the 2 bags of potatoes. Well, they're still sitting here, but after I found my shit in a garbage can, and my shit all piled up in that little cubby, and going into Shmei's room with the shit dropping down, and I just crashed. I couldn't can the salmon, and I just said, Andre, take a fish next door. So they got a nice sockeye fresh salmon that had been chilled in the freezer. So it was, you know, because I stuck it in the freezer up here, right? And I said, I just take it over there. So they got a free sockeye salmon and a red cabbage. Whereas if these people downstairs wouldn't have done such, you know, they just wouldn't do what they fucking do. But I told Andre, well, you might have to take that bag of potatoes downstairs, because I sure in the hell don't need 40 pounds of potatoes up here right now. Anyway, I'm debating. I'm thinking to get another sockeye salmon And the pink salmon this time is on sale. Not the sockeye salmon, but the salmon itself is only 28 bucks. The pink is 8. And I still have, and I got the jars, most of them anyway. And they had salmon on sale, but for 25 bucks for 4 cans or whatever the hell it was. You know, it's not like, it's just better if I do it this way and be done with it. And I really wanted to try mixing half sockeye and half pink and canning it like that, just to see what the flavor comes out after the fact, right? And because, you know, I do give Amari a lot of, you know, salmon, and I like the sockeye, and he likes the sockeye, and obviously I think there's a bit more nutrients in sockeye. I really do. So I'm thinking just do it and get it over with. And then, of course, because the fruit's coming in on the trees out here, or if I buy more blueberries for 50 bucks and just cut to the chase and do the juice thing over the winter, as I use the cranberry juices that are in the house, and I still have some prune juice in the house. Hold on a minute. Sitting here and getting hot again. Okay, so yeah, you know, like, obviously I'm going to use up the juices that I've got, but as I use, you know, I always like to replenish back, right? But right now I just don't want to mix things up. And, you know, blueberries are good no matter how you slice it. So, mason jars. They're on sale right now, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get them delivered, because sometimes they don't have them. This is a big order, so I'd be very surprised if they deliver everything. This doesn't fall under home or kitchen and nothing. There's no benefit to it outside of, for 550 mils for this times 2, it's 28 bucks. And they were regular $15.99, which is standard, and they're now on sale for $13.97. But there's no guarantee that I'd get them. So even though they're there, it's a hit and miss. I'll be lucky to get them, really lucky to get them. And then, of course, I'd use them, no problem. Whether I use them for the plums outside in the front, or Andre is saying there's pears growing, so I don't know. I have to wait and see. Or whether I buy the blueberries, which I'm really leaning towards it, because I want to get on with these mulberries and these golden berries that I've had for a couple of years in jars. Like, they came in dehydrated, and then I dehydrated them just a little more, right? And then I jarred them up. Or I dehydrated them, and then I chopped them up into like a powder. Hey? For whatever. Here we go again. For whatever. To make juice with. That's basically what it was for. But I just think it would be good to mix it in with blueberries. Hold on a minute. Okay, I blew my nose and everything here. When they're sleeping, I take off my shirts. I'm sitting here, I'm getting hot. I've been here for a while. Anyway, you know, downstairs obviously has been problematic for me, right? Because I haven't been able to get to my food. It's all being displaced. Okay, we know the story. And, you know, so I don't want to say whatever psychological problems that I got when it comes to, you know, feeling satisfied with the amount of food security that I have access to. When I got kind of locked out of the basement and couldn't really get down there and be at ease to do what I needed to do or to get what I wanted or whatever, some of that canning that I've been doing over the last year, I guess you could say, really, not including what I did before, you know, has been going into my room, right? Because nothing is safe downstairs. I don't know what's down there anymore. I know what should be down there. But every time I go down into Shemai's room, things have been moved around. And not only that, but it was a smash and grab Rhea that was in there moving things around. So not only are you moving things around, but you're mixing shit up, which is not my mental illness. That's somebody else's mental illness that I'm having to deal with, which creates trauma for me, which makes me feel like I have to keep it upstairs, when in fact most of it, or at least part of it, over the last year should have went downstairs. Right. So, like, I have canned fruit that I need to get to, and I planned on recanning it to repurpose it to get it out of the cans because of the acidity within the fruit. I haven't done that yet because I haven't been able to accomplish anything downstairs. Right? So the longer that fruit sits in those cans, the more compromised it will become over time because of the acid within the can itself, because it's a high acid food. So if I got canned pineapple down there, a whole case, and I, within the next year or so, if I don't get to repurposing it and recanning it, it might end up tasting tinny because of it being or it might even eat through the can, which is more money out, right? More reason. Yeah, well, whose fault is that? Because you don't think I wouldn't mind having a can of pineapples? I bought a lot of that stuff when I bought those canned fruits for smoothies and stuff to cut back on having to buy on fresh all the time. You can add fresh fruit, right, with fresh, like fresh fruit, and throw in a can of pineapple, but not if you can't get to the freaking cans. So anyway, the jars that I'm looking at here, I'm pretty sure I could use them up real freaking fast just with what's growing in my yard. But Andre says they're not ready yet because it's still blueberry season. There's only a small window of opportunity to do the blueberries, and I don't want to be spending hundreds of dollars on juice over the course of winter after we use up basically much of what we've got here. I mean, what I've got here, if I never bought juice again until the last bottle was done, I could probably get 6 months out of it anyway, maybe, at least, I would think. A little more, a little less. And that's juice for them every day. Okay, so that's a fair amount. But after 6 months, what? I'm going to be paying $6 a bottle to stock it back up when I could be, repurposing my mulberries, my golden berries, and all I would need is that jar of blueberries. No water, no sugar. You just cook them up, put them in a jar, can them. You're good to go. You could do whatever you want with those things. You can make a pudding with them, like a pie, if you wanted to. You could put them into bread and a scoop at a time. Whatever. You could put it. You could open it and take it like that. Put it in a bowl with some whipping cream and a little bit of brown sugar on top. You can eat it like that, right? Or I'm thinking, put it in a pot, throw in some mulberries, throw in some water, squeeze some lemon in there, just simmer it for a few hours and let everything just seep and take it to a cheesecloth. And now you've got some really rich, I would think, juice. And then don't forget, I have those crystal juices that I bought. Plus I got, 20 pounds free as well with the peach drink. Yeah. I got them in 1.56 liter jars. It's so good. So good. So you could throw in a couple of scoops of that peach drink in with the juice that I already made, which is all organic because the mulberries were organic, the golden berries were organic, the blueberries are organic. So take those, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I need the jars. If I decide to go and like in 4 or 5 days from now and buy another 25 pounds, there you go. That's 2 cases of jars gone. If not, I might need more, but I got a few jars here. Where am I going to put them? Well, eventually they're going to have to go downstairs because there's no room left in my room for this stuff. But there's only that window of opportunity to do these things, right? So I do them because Marcane doesn't go through juice. Marina, they don't go through juice like I do. Why should they care about fucking juice? They don't. You know, if they get one jug for themselves, that's good. They're happy. But they don't go through a jug every day or every 2 days. You know, not including a jug of milk. Do you know I go through a jug of milk within a day and a half, 4 liters? No more than every 2 days. I go through. How long do you think a jug of milk lasts?
Not that many days.
What, 1, 2?
Like 3.
3 days?
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. So I put it at 2 days. Every 2 days I'm having to get a 4-liter jug of milk. That's what keeps me buying, eh? The only thing is I don't need to buy that much anymore when it comes to staples, I guess you could say, right? But wait till I start making rice puddings. I want to make banana pudding pie. Wait till I start making the puddings for Amari with the snacks. Here's an idea. Can up the blueberries, right? Make a vanilla pudding. I have all the little jars, like little glass containers with the snap-on lids and everything from yogurt makers, right? And I need to fatten them up. So it's like you almost have to feed them like 24/7. Like you just got to keep feeding them. You know, like a sumo wrestler. You just keep feeding him, but it's not for you. With his bowels, you can't do that. But, you know, for snacks, after it's all said and done, you know, you make a pudding, a vanilla pudding on the bottom, open up a jar. I'm convincing myself to buy another 25 pounds of blueberries here, people. Open up a jar of blueberries, take a scoop or two, put it in between, so you have a layer of vanilla pudding. That means I need more milk because, you know, not including what's being drank because now I'm making pudding, right? Okay, or even rice, well, no, not, Mari's would have to be blended up. So a vanilla pudding, you know, a little layer of blueberries, his would have to be pureed. Andre and I, we wouldn't have to make for him too because I can't, you know, he'd feel left out, right? How come you're making sweets for Amari but none for me? And you know I'm going to want some. So we've got on the bottom a little bit of vanilla pudding, right? Okay? And then, you know, a little layer of blueberries for Amari, obviously would have to be pureed. Another layer of pudding, and then a little layer of like real whipping cream from cream that's in a container that you whip up yourself. So that's 100% cream, right? And then another layer of pudding on top or whatever. Okay? You know, so I could use those blueberries for that. So I'm going to get these jars and I'm hoping to hell they'll deliver them to me. And then, but they're not covered under that $100 you spend, you get 25 back. So I'm going to get these other jars. They're square clipped top. They're 3.6 liter, which is almost a gallon, not quite. And I like them. And definitely can use them. So I'm going to buy 2 of those, right? $26, okay? And then, of course, we've got the mason jars at $250. Whether I use them for fruit for Amari, you know, or whether I use them for the fish, because I've got a few here, but I thought, oh, just snag them while you can. That's another $20. And then, because Amari's getting a new medicine, that I need a timer for so I can time 5 minutes after he gets a seizure, which I have to pay for that medicine about $40 per vial, and it's only good for 26 days. So if he has a seizure, we have to take a needle, put it in the vial, take out 0.8 milligrams, you know, 0.8 milliliters or whatever, you know, yeah, and then take off the needle and then put it in here. Right? 5 minutes after you notice he has a seizure. Right? First time, take him to the hospital. If he has no side effects after that, if he has a seizure again, right, then do that, and I don't have to take him to the hospital unless, of course, his lips turn blue and his, you know, he's not breathing. Like his face, everything turning blue, and he's not breathing. Then I'd have to call 911. Otherwise, I don't have to take him to the hospital with that medication. It's $40 a vial, and it's only good for 26 days. So anyway, so I'm buying the timer because that falls under that $100 category that, you know, okay, so I'm getting a timer, a digital timer. Yeah. And then, of course, we give Amari hemp seeds almost every day. right? Because they're high in calories and they really, really high in nutrients. And don't forget that doctor, when last time he had a seizure and they did Amari's blood test, they said he's meeting all his nutrients. Like, he's not lacking in any vitamins or nothing, and his blood is nice and clear, and it's not cloudy, and it's just he's skinny. and it's just ugh. So anyway, that's another $12.50, because that's something that we give to him every day, 1 to 2 tablespoons every day. Okay, and then because I bought that little coffee maker, now I should have old coffee cans kicking around downstairs. There is one in my bedroom. I don't think I'm going to be too picky about old coffee that might be slightly bitter, because for me, I would just dilute it and just add a little more sugar, and I'd still be happy with the coffee, because I'm not ickly with coffee in general, right? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't never my drink of choice. I was always a tea drinker. It was Uncle John who got me drinking coffee. But if you get, if you buy over $20 worth of coffee grounds, you get PC point backs. So I thought, okay, I'll just cut to the chase, and I'll buy a coffee can or bag or whatever it is for $22. It's fresh, and I'll do a taste test. I've got an old can in my bedroom. I know there are coffee cans downstairs. Are they still there, or did they get thrown out, or maybe they're using them? I doubt they use them, but I could see them throwing it out just because, or somebody throwing it out. But maybe not. Maybe they're down there. I don't know. All I know is instant coffee is expensive, and for what it's worth, like, I don't see why. And I need the coffee grounds for fertilizer for the dirt outside or whatever, just for certain plants, they like it. And if it helps me to cut back on coffee, drinking it, first of all, or maybe even saving money, like I bought 4 jars of coffee, and it was like $27, $25 at 170 grams per jar. Nestle, Nestle coffee. Oh, that's just ridiculous. And so anyway, I'm buying that to do a taste test to see if I can notice the difference between fresh coffee off the shelves or old coffee that's been sitting in a can in my room. Probably, don't even ask me. Oh, when I get it, we'll see if there is a so-called best before date or whatever date on it, because it's been there for years. Same thing with the ones downstairs. And I'm going to do a taste test. And I figure if the one is bitter, I'll do half and half, fresh with bitter, older coffee. If I don't like it, I'll put it on the road. And if somebody else wants it, they can have it. It's not a big deal. But I have a right to do what I want with it. And if I want to taste it first, before I decide if I don't want it or I want it, that's my right, because I paid for it. Yeah. And the thing is, the people that do this shit to me, that just take my shit and act like it's no big deal, and then try and cover their tracks, whether they're accusing me of something or not. Oh, you're going senile, you don't know what you have. No, actually I do. Or you didn't know what you're looking at because you can't see very well. No, I know exactly what I was looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that blind. I'm blind, but not that blind yet. Or, just whatever. Any asinine excuse so that they can be thieves, basically, and do whatever they do with it, whether it's a smash and grab RIA or whatever the hell is going on downstairs, which is equal to and similar to a RIA, in my opinion. Like, if somebody came into their space and started doing what's been happening to my stuff, to their stuff, and they came home and found their shit being raided and gone and all mixed up or broken or just whatever, You don't think that they wouldn't go off on it? Like, I don't understand I don't understand people's ignoramus attitude when, if it happened to them like it happened to me, they'd be all up in arms and looking for their shit and wanting restitution for what somebody else did to their stuff. They wouldn't expect anything less than what I expect, right? But yet, for whatever strange reason, they think they have a right to do what they want with my stuff. I don't, whether it's so-called Tisha's friend, who I ended up babysitting that girl's kids for years, and more as the years went by. And for what? An ignoramus attitude that got cocky and stood there and got aggressive with me as if she had a right to do what she did. Well, she got caught. And now we've got Tamika Johnson coming in with her backup accounts, whether they're fake or not, trying to say that I'm the one in the wrong for what she did, that I was arguing with her. No, I didn't fucking argue with her. I put her in fucking place. I figured it out real freaking fast. And the disconnect happened the minute it was determined that she was a smash and grab hoodlum. I don't even think Tisha talks to her anymore.
Talks to who?
Rhea.
I don't know.
I don't think so. So that girl running around, scrambling around, looking for somebody else to watch her kids for her so she can fly around the fucking country, the world. Fly to Jamaica, fly to Mexico, fly to California. But she's plotting and scheming what she's going to steal from them as they're babysitting her kids. Yeah, okay. No, I didn't argue. I exposed her for what she did and what she is. Anyway, so we got the coffee, and then mild sugar cured bacon is on sale, plus I get some PC points. So I bought 2 packs for $10. Whoop-de-doo. And that's just a no-name. Large storage bags. I need them because, I'm working on stuff next door. And I need the Ziploc bags. So that's $4. If I had a car and I get out to the dollar store, I'd buy them there. They'd be a little cheaper, but I don't. But you get your, PC points, or you get something back on them. And then sugar, because I'm going to be coming into fruit. If we actually get pears, I'm going to need the sugar. I have sugar downstairs, but everything's been moved around, so don't ask me where it is in terms of food storage. I have a bag of sugar in the pantry over there, but I can't get to it right now until I clear that out. So it's on sale, and it's cheaper to buy 4 bags at the price of $4.49 at 4 kg a bag for $18 versus buying a can, because that's 12 kg then, right? No, that's 16 kg for $18 versus buying a 10 kg for almost $16. So I bought the 2 extra bags, whatever, so what? Well, I haven't bought it yet because this is a big bill and I'm kind of choked. And then medium pit right olives, I'm just going to pick up 2 cans. Technically, I need more than that because Andre and I, we got to start making our own little pizza breads and those kind of things. So technically, I should add a few more. Now, I've got olives. Well, I should have olives downstairs. My son phoned up one time, asked if I had olives. I said, well, I do, but they're in Tisha's room. So now that he knows they're in Tisha's room, whether he went in there and got them, I don't know. But I know he got soup at some point, a case of soup. But if he's been in there grabbing the olives, then that means I've been wiped out, more than likely. I won't know until I get down there, or maybe he never touched them. See, something like that he'd keep, and he'd eat for himself. And then I'd go and find out that they're gone. And he didn't pay for them, I did. So I got 5 cans for $10, so I just jumped up the bill a little bit. That will motivate. And Andre, do not open these cans of olives, because he'll just open them up and eat them straight like that, okay? Because I bought this to start making pizza here, okay? Did you hear me? Yeah. And then if you get the olives, like the green olives in a jar, you get a few more PC points. So I've got 2 jars of, because Andre decided he liked them. He likes olives, green olives now. So the 2 jars for $12.58, plus I get my little PC points. And then, of course, these noodles that are being thrown out. 5 packs with 4 in each pack for $30.55. And then I thought I'd try that one for $9.49, but I'm only buying 1. And I've already told Andre we don't open them unless we make a meal that we can share with this, with the vegetables and the meat and everything. And of course, we'll rinse off the noodles for Amari, and he'll get vegetables and meat with it. And that's because mine were going out in the garbage. 4 cases of vegetable soup, Campbell's, because we like it. Amari likes it. It's comfort food for us. And I know my son has taken a couple of cases here and there. And considering that they're $18.38 because of tariffs now, regular price, and they're on sale for $12.99. Wow. I better get my Campbell soup on. So I got 4 cases. And then my grand total is $528.12. Not including tax. I don't think. Let's go to checkout. And let's see what's going on with the tax, because that was just the total. Yeah. $566.18. Do you know how easy it would be for me just to push clear? All that for kiwi. Because I couldn't get kiwi yesterday, and I don't feel satisfied. I want the kiwi. And I want the PC points. And I need the timer. And I need the what do you call those things? The can openers. Alright, I need the felt pens. I need the sugar. I need the jars. These are things I will need. If I don't need them right away, I'm going to need them. Alright, because if you notice, there really wasn't that much food in there. And in terms of salmon, let's go back to cart. It just, honestly, it makes more sense to get the salmon fresh, can it up, and be done with it. What is today? Today's Saturday, right? Yeah. If I get it delivered tomorrow, I can can it by Monday if I don't can it tomorrow. Do it first thing in the morning. And then it's the monkey off my back. Otherwise, I'll end up spending more money with it, buying them in cans. And I don't want to do that. I want my money's worth. Plus, I'm very curious to see what would happen if I went sockeye half pink, and can them together. I'd be very curious to see. Yeah. I mean, I could throw in another 4 cans of salmon on sale. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. So if I get the blueberries and can the blueberries, I've got my juice covered with whatever I've got in the house. Minus, you know, at some point I might have to go and buy the prune juice. And I like to get Amari the organic, which is about $13 a jar. Non-organic, it's $6 a container. But everything else I have in the house. Yeah. And I could use that throughout the whole winter, and I could make some really nice juice for the kids, I'm sure. Yeah. Sockeye salmon, $6.79. There should be another salmon on sale. I thought sockeye salmon was already on sale. I don't know. What's on sale? Here we go. Wild Pacific pink salmon at $3.76. I don't need that. I don't want Pacific. It's Gold Seal that's on sale. Yeah. Salmon Gold Seal. The product Gold Seal is on sale for $5.99 for sockeye. A limit of 4. So that's 12. That's $24 for 4 cans of salmon. Walmart 50 cents cheaper on the can. For $24, I can afford $4 or $5 more dollars. I can get a fish this big. That's sockeye. And I get quite a few jars out of it. And if I spread it out with the pink salmon, not including what I've got in my freezers, right? It's the better deal. The question is, you know, what's going to derail me from canning it? Because, you know, that's what I did. I got derailed, so I said, oh, I got this extra fish. Just take it next door. It's not like I wanted to give anything to my son. The cabbage that I bought for my son, I took it next door too. And the bag of potatoes that I bought for my son is still sitting by the freaking front door. Stupid crap. Now it's $566.18. And that's assuming that I get everything. And if you notice, there's not a lot of vegetables, and there's most of it's not even food. Yeah, it's not even food. What do I got for food? Simple. What do I got? I got 1 little bag of avocado, 8 kiwi, 2 lemons, 1 purple yam, 4 cans of Spam, 1 fresh sockeye salmon, 1 fresh pink salmon, hemp seeds for Amari, a package of coffee, you know, coffee grounds, 2 things of bacon, 4 bags of sugar, 5 cans of pitted olives, 2 jars of olives, 5 packs of those noodles, and an extra pack of noodles, 4 cases of soup. And if I buy eggs for $15, then I get back even $1.50 more. And we go through eggs like water, so I'm not done yet. Like, it makes me mad. You don't even know. It does. Do I need to buy milk? Yeah, I'll need to get at least one more jug of milk. Is there milk downstairs?
No, but there's no room for it.
Well, what's in there that there's no room for milk?
I don't know. Haven't been on there for a while. I don't know. Haven't been on there for like a while though.
Well, then you need to go down there and see what the hell's going on. Yeah.
I know there's not milk.
Yeah? So if I was to get a $16.99 club pack, 30 count, then I'd get a little more money back. PC Organics. Organics. Oh. Brown eggs, club pack, 30 count. For $16.99. I suppose that's a good price. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Then you can go nuts with them if you want. It won't bother me. As fast as I'm buying, they're eaten up. Okay. So what's the bill now? $583.17. I don't know. This last 2 times I did this, I canceled out the order, and then I did it again, and then I went over 300 and got the free gift, and I'm right back at it. But more than half is household items. So I'll have to think about it. Yeah, I really have to think about it. I'll probably do it because, yeah. Okay, just so that other people know that I'm not lying, that this bitch is not stalking me. Like I said, she even went on TikTok and created some fake user account, brand new, posted some dumbass comment on there. Andre read it, and he deleted it because I told him to. This is what she likes to do. She likes to hide herself behind masks. That's how she comes to my house, people. She's got her masks on. She puts on her fake blonde wigs or whatever, and she's wearing gloves so that, you can't really see her face. See? She tries to cover up her black skin. That's what she does. She hides with that creep. Remember that thing that came to the door at 7:30 in the morning and played Nicky Nine Door on our door? And well, there it is right there. No, and she started, look at what she did. I told you she was stalking me. Because Andre said this was 3 days ago she did this, or 2 days ago on TikTok. She just opened up this one here too. When she came in with her stupid comment, right? Anyway, I clicked on the username, this right here, right? And it brought me to that. That wasn't the at New Nation, it wasn't there. But that was. And even then I didn't clue in for a minute. Okay? And then I figured it out. Oh, that's just that accomplice to the murder of my daughter. You don't like it, Tamika? Too fucking bad. Everybody knows what you did and what you've been doing. Huh?
I see her TikTok username.
You see her TikTok username?
Yeah.
What is it? I don't see it. I don't know what it is.
She did this video on TikTok and she posted it to YouTube. It's right there.
Where is it?
Right there.
What is it? It says... What does it say?
That's her TikTok.
Yeah, but it says what? Boogie?
Yeah, that's the same name that comedy on your video.
That's the same. Okay, you heard that. That was the same name. Whatever she's doing here, bitch. Like, you're a retard. Literally, this girl is a retard. Whatever she did on my TikTok channel, she used that username. And that's the one that Andre... What did you do with it? Delete it? He deleted it. Yeah. He deleted it. And now, she opened that specifically so she can stalk me. Why? And then okay. And then, because I blocked this channel, I came in to see, right? You know? And it was, okay, I figured it out. Obviously, it had something to do with Julian's sister after all these years, because the girl is retarded. And then she came in after the fact of me blocking her, or hit her channel, or whatever YouTube allows you to do. And now she's putting that at New Nations Unity. Yeah. Because she's a retard. Look at this video. Look how retarded it is. Acting like a gangster bitch. How old are you? 30 years old? Acting like a little gangster bitch? Hiding behind a fucking mask? Yeah, okay. And then she's got her friend, right? Obviously participating in it, thinking it's funny. Okay, well, wait till one of your close friends, or maybe your sister, dies. I wouldn't look too far to figure out who did it. Seriously, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, and like Andre said, you know, she came in with that new user account on TikTok. It didn't get her very far, though. She's an idiot. Like, a straight-up freaking idiot. Yeah, straight-up idiot. And just for your information, Tamika, since you're stalking my videos and God knows what else you're doing, you know, when I go next door and I chat up a storm with the Africans and they ask me about my family and everything, I let them know that Shimei was murdered. Straight up freaking murdered. Okay? So if you want to put yourself out there so everybody can see who helped Julian to do it, go for it. No problem. But maybe that's why you're hiding behind a mask. Because you don't want people to see what you look like. Is that it? And maybe your friends too, eh? What do you think? But then we don't have to go too far either to see your bad self. Right? Tasty Bonnie. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure somebody in that crowd next door knows you. Yeah, but do they know everything about you? How you like to stalk people? How you like to hurt people? How you think you're big and bad and the gangster bitch of the century? Like, seriously, man. Like, you got some serious mental health issues after all these years. What do you hope to get out of it? Just because I died doesn't mean you're going to get anything out of it, because, like I said, Andre's going to come up behind your ass and he's going to clean the streets for sure. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video by saying that this mask bandit, aka Tasty Bonnie on YouTube, scrupulous, unscrupulous nail connoisseur with her 30th YouTube account. Just saying. I don't know what kind of TikTok name that is, but clearly she likes stalking little boys when she's not stalking me. Because she's been doing this ever since Amari's been 7 months old and Shimei was murdered. She stalked Shimei for years. She did, people. Let's get a good look at that name there. But I'm sure she has multiple accounts on TikTok, because that's the way she is. Because she's half brain dead already. Yeah. Little stalker bitch. Stalking little boys. How old was Andre when Amari was 7 years old? That was what, been 7 years? So what, Andre was 6, 7 years old? Or was he younger than that? I don't know. I mean, come on. What you gonna do when I die? Stalk, Andre? Because that's what you do. You go from one to the other. First it was Shimei. Well, no. You stalked Freddie first. Well, no. Actually, you stalked Shimei. And then you went after her man. Even though they broke up, you had to get your dirty fingers in there. And then you stalked him. And then you continued to stalk Shimei. Yeah. You're right up into the very bitter end. When you and your brother took her out. And you don't think Andre doesn't know what happened to his aunt and who did it? Just because you didn't go to jail doesn't mean you didn't do it. You see, that's the thing. Because the cops like to cover it up, murder by fentanyl in British Columbia, Canada. Because illegal organ harvesting is big business, to which I think your family, your mother, had something to do with it, being that she worked at the clinic, the prenatal clinic that Shimei was going to while pregnant with Amari. But it's just so happens in her medical files, it's written in there where she had no prenatal care. So what does that mean? Maybe your mom scooped up on her medical files and threw them in the garbage so that you guys could plot and scheme together as a team, because it was your mother who brought Julian here to pick up the baby the next day after Shimei was murdered by him. And now you're stalking my grandson, you sicko bitch.